Welcome to Mrs. Steiner Reads. I'm Mrs. Steiner. I'm a school librarian and I love kids' books. I love fiction books, I love nonfiction books, I love graphic novels, but my very favorite in the whole library are the easy readers. The ones that sometimes get passed over, the ones that you say, those are too easy, we're too old for those, or the ones that you say, teachers won't let us read that because there aren't enough points. Well, that's where I come in. I'm here to read all of your favorite easy readers that you remember from when you were a kid, that you haven't read yet, and that are my favorites. You're going to find out in these episodes that I have a ton of favorites, and I can't wait to read every single one of them to you. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching Mrs. Steiner Reads. Welcome back to Mrs. Steiner Reads. This is episode 2. If you missed episode 1, you need to make sure you see it because you missed a great book, one of my favorites. Now today, I'm going to read a book by one of my favorite authors, and it is Mo Willems. You know Mo Willems. He's the one that wrote the Pigeon books, Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, Don't Let the Pigeon Stay Up Late. I love Pigeon. He also wrote, and you may not have heard, of Leonardo the Terrible Monster. Now, he wasn't a terrible monster like, I'm terrible. He's a terrible monster like, he was really bad at it. He just wasn't good at being a monster. If you haven't read that one, it's really good too. But my very, very favorite Mo Willems books are Elephant and Piggie books. I love Elephant and Piggie. I love Elephant and Piggie because they're great friends. I love Elephant and Piggie because they get along even though they're really different. But mostly I love Elephant and Piggie books because they're hilarious. Now, as we read them, I want you to notice something. Piggie is pink. When he talks, actually, when she talks, you may or may not know that Piggie is a girl. When she talks, her word bubble is pink. This is Elephant. And when he talks, his word bubble is gray. Pink and gray, get it? All right, so this is one of my favorite Elephant and Piggie books. It is super hard to pick an Elephant and Piggie book that you like the best, but this is one of my favorites. Now, you may have noticed something about my book, and you may be saying, Mrs. Steiner, the book that you're showing, dog chewed on the end of it. And look, true statement, dog chewed on it. Yeah, and also look at the back. Yeah, not attractive. Now, you might be saying, Mrs. Steiner, don't you think you could pick a prettier book to read on episode 2 of Mrs. Steiner Reads? And you would think I could, but I want you to think about this. This book has been so well loved, even by dogs, so many times it's been read that that's why it looks like this. And a lot of times when we're in the library, we pull out a book and say, well, that's ugly. Those are the best books. These are the books that have been checked out over and over again. Those are the really good books. So those are the ones I really want you to pay attention to. Now let's read There is a Bird on Your Head. Here's our title page. And just like I told you, see, Piggie's talking and her words are pink. And she's saying the name of the book. How cool is that? They made the title page also part of the story. There is a bird on your head. Written and illustrated by Mo Willems, my favorite. Piggie! Is something on my head? Yes. There is a bird on your head. There is a bird on my head. Ah! Is there a bird on my head now? No. Now there are 2 birds on your head. What are 2 birds doing on my head? They are in love. The birds on my head are in love. They are lovebirds. Lovebirds? How do you know they are lovebirds? They are making a nest. 2 birds are making a nest on my head. Why would two birds make a nest on my head? I am afraid to ask. Do I have an egg on my head? One, two, three. You have 3 eggs on your head. I do not want 3 eggs on my head. Then I have good news. The eggs are gone. The eggs are hatching. Hatching! The eggs on my head are hatching. Cheep, 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 cheep. They have hatched. Now I have 3 baby chicks on my head and 2 birds and a nest. I do not want 3 chicks, 2 birds, and a nest on my head. Where do you want them? Somewhere else! Why not ask them to go somewhere else? Ask them? Ask them. Okay. I will try asking. Excuse me. Birds, will you please go somewhere else? No problem. It worked. Bye. Now there are no birds on my head. Thank you, Piggy. Thank you very much. You are welcome. Now, do you see what happened to Piggy? And do you see why he's not very happy? Because now he had birds on his head, doesn't he? Isn't that funny? And at the very end, on the very back page, you see all the little birds. Oh. And at the end, as usual, I love a book that at the end you get to go, oh, so sweet. I love a good book. And I love a book that's sweet at the end, and this one is. So, what did we learn from this? Let's see. We learned about being a good friend when somebody has a bird on their head. We learned about solving problems because Gerald, that's actually the elephant's name, had a problem because he had birds on his head, and he asked Piggy to help him solve it, and Piggy had a good answer. Why don't you just ask? Sometimes people don't even know you have a problem until you ask and just say, here's my problem. So they solved a problem. Now it was funny at the end because in solving the problem, then Piggy ended up with the birds on her head, which was funny. All right, so I hope you love this one. This one is, there is a bird on your head. It's one of many, many, many Elephant and Piggie books. So I want you guys to go to the library and find Mo Willems. He's going to be in the Easy Readers. He's going to be under W because the author's last name starts with a W, so W-I-L Willems. And make sure that you check out lots and lots of Elephant and Piggie books. Now, before you leave, I want you to remind you that you need to like this video, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page, and don't forget to like us at Mrs. Steiner Reads on Twitter. So I hope you guys love this book. I hope you're continuing to read, and I'll see you next time.